My fellow Americans.
Well, I'm not a crook. I've earned everything I've got.
A man holds in his mortal hand the power to abolish all forms of human poverty and all forms of human life.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
One day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character.
He says, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." I suppose we all thought that.
Hello and welcome to As the World Burns, ATWB if you're feeling it. We have a fantastic first episode chronicling our journey into the unknown and the weird. I am your host and this is my co-host.
How's it going?
We are going to be talking today about the Project Red book, which was something on Reddit, which some mysterious Redditor's account got suspended while he was working on this, and I thought it was a pretty fascinating thing that we could dive into. But generally, my mission here is to discuss all things conspiracy news, paranormal, anything weird going on throughout the week, weird videos, weird mysteries, conspiracy news, anything related to the unknown. I'd like to discuss it and try to understand it a little bit, even if we can't figure it out, which, God willing, right?
We're going to get to the bottom of this for sure. Absolutely.
For sure. Now, before we get into everything, Project Red Book, very fascinating. First one, it goes A to N in general. Just kind of a chronicling of different conspiracy-related things. The first one is about Antarctica. I mean, makes sense, A. Goes all the way up to Norway. So I guess at the end we'll find out what's going on in Norway. Yetis, right?
I hope so.
All right. Let's find out what's going on.
I've had dreams about Yetis.
What kind of dream?
Childhood dreams.
Like in your childhood, or
I think it was because of Monsters, Inc.
Like Sully?
They meet a Yeti.
I thought Sully was, well, he's not
He's
a Yeti.
kind of like one,
he's
but they
like
meet one later in the movie.
When they're running through doors?
Yes.
Oh, shit. All right. I
I'd
forgot
say it's
about
like one of
that
the like darker parts of it.
Yeah.
They're like, what's this snowy, scary place? Oh no, who's that monster?
Like
Even though they're
Multiverse of
monsters.
Madness, where they're running through the different, portals. Or
That
not
movie's so good.
fantastic movie. Top 10. Just behind The Godfather.
I could just talk children's movies if you want to.
What's your next favorite children's movie?
Hercules.
Is that your favorite children's movie, though, Monsters, Inc.? Or in general?
I don't know. Hercules is great. That might be the
Hercules
best.
is great.
Chicken Little, underrated.
Chicken
Zach
Little,
Braff.
how is that underrated? That's great. The sky is falling. The sky is falling.
Yeah.
How is that underrated? Well, I never
When was the
hear
last time
anybody
you
talk.
heard about Chicken Little?
That song? What was the song that they played? I guess we can't.
It's the
really...
end of the world as we know it.
Yeah. That. Oh,
I don't know if
shit.
that's the name of the song, but
I mean, it
could be.
is. Kinda, right? That's great. It started with a earthquake. All right. Anyways,
I used to play the Chicken Little video game on PlayStation.
what was that like?
It was pretty fun.
No, I mean, like, was it like a platformer? Or...
I'm bad at describing games. I don't know if it was a platformer. It was like a classic kind of like I'm gonna sound like an idiot trying to describe. I hate describing video games.
Well, that's all right.
It was just like running around parts of the movie, but more detailed, and like you're on the ship at one point and running
Like
around
the Shrek
town.
game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Anyways, today we are going to be talking about Project Red Book. It is from a suspended Reddit user with a suspiciously innocuous name. I should probably figure that out before I start this.
The name of what?
The Reddit user.
Oh, give him credit, right?
Exactly.
Not to get him in trouble.
I don't know. I mean, I guess depends on what happens. Anyways, the name of the Reddit user is Cute Banana Muffin. They were suspended for, I mean, God knows what. They don't really have much
It might
on
have been
their
their
account.
name.
It might have been the name. It might have been this Project Red Book. Perhaps this entire thing is littered with misleading and false information that will...
Racism?
Racism, yes, possibly.
Gotta be careful with that.
Yeah, I see that the second thing is Antarctica and Nazis, so we're starting off strong there. First things first is Antarctica. An ancient high-tech city nicknamed Rainbow City was reportedly discovered by a small group of American researchers in the late 1940s. Reportedly, an on-site staff of 2,000 was later stationed there to study the ancient mechanical devices, the operation of time-space portals, holographic records, and an ancient underground rail system with Rainbow City being the central hub. Anti-gravity craft are also reportedly being used by the researchers. Source: the Hefferland manuscript, Rainbow City and the Inner Earth People by Timothy Green Beckley. All right.
Timothy Green Beckley.
So it's about Hollow Earth.
I love Hollow Earth. That
What do you think's going on? Do you
anything.
think?
I just know that it's hollow. It's not. I don't think it's like empty on the inside, but I think it's like plenty of caverns and plenty of space. It's so massive, and we know that there are like pockets underground of like caves. What's stopping there from being like a continent-sized pocket?
What do you think of like the idea that there's potentially like tropical like paradises underneath
I
like
love it.
those pockets?
I love it.
I saw that video on Parasite TV recently, the Antarctica one. I watched that last night actually. Yeah. And it basically was talking about how there's these massive glacial lakes underneath Antarctica that could potentially harbor life like little tiny like microbes and like all kinds of things that we potentially don't even have anywhere else on Earth.
12-foot-long centipedes.
Well, hey, maybe, but here's the thing that they saw that I thought was kind of crazy. It was a video of a like a gigantic squid, and they basically
Those are real.
yeah, no, 100%. I think they're real.
They are real.
Yeah, they've been like
Better
literally.
believe it, buddy.
Well, I was gonna say it was literally the video. There was a video on watch Parasite TV, the Antarctica video. There's a random video that researchers are showing a giant squid, and they're just kind of studying it. At one point, I think they even like said that they clipped a piece off of it, and they seen that it like has a defense mechanism where it can like send like some kind of poison that like stuns things like 12 meters away. I could be wrong about that. I'm not good with numbers, but hey, I thought that was pretty fascinating. Something about Antarctica.
Yeah, I mean, anything that thrives in Antarctica
They
should
say
be terrifying, except
yeah.
for penguins.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, except for penguins.
Are there penguins? Yeah, there's penguins in Antarctica.
Yeah.
It's not the other way around, right?
No.
Wait, there's penguins both ends, huh?
There's penguins on no, there's no
No?
I don't think there's any penguins in the Arctic. This would be something probably to look up. I feel like I've heard this before, and there's no penguins in the Arctic.
Dark stuff.
Dark stuff.
Scary stuff.
Penguins in the Arctic
Stuff
Circle.
they don't want you to know.
Penguins in the Arctic Circle. Stuff they don't want you to know. No, penguins do not live in the Arctic Circle.
Wow.
Maybe they're lying.
Maybe they're lying.
Like you said, this could be stuff that they don't want.
It could
you
be
to
that
know.
bird that looks like a penguin, but it's not a penguin.
It's the one with the weird beak that's
Yeah.
like unlike a
It's like a dodo penguin.
It's like a dodo penguin. It's a fucked up penguin. Yeah.
That's not what I meant by that. You think dodos are fucked up?
Well, yeah, dodos are pretty fucked
They're
up.
just dead. They're
Well,
gone.
Yeah. I mean, if we're dead and gone, we'll be pretty fucked up too. Something to think about.
Or would we be preserved in time forever?
Our infrastructure might. I mean, we could freeze some of us in some kind of like tubes that like preserve us like on a deep level. I don't know what like a hyper chamber or something like that like preserves us even in like times of disaster. But even if like a meteor comes, even if our entire human race is gone and we have people preserved that are to withstand disaster. I doubt, like, if a meteor comes and wipes out the entire planet, those hyperchambers are not going to survive that. But that's just like my theory on a thing that's
Hollow Earth would survive.
Well, yeah. Well, there's another point. Bunkers potentially different. Like, yeah, Hollow Earth. I guess should we go to the next subject, because I think it relates to the Hollow Earth. It's another Antarctica subject, and it's Neuschwabenland.
Racism.
Yes, racism. Neuschwabenland, for anyone that is not aware, is the I guess it's a conspiracy theory. Pretty much that the Germans found Antarctica and conquered it, so to speak.
They fucking wish.
They fucking wish. They supposedly they found Antarctica and conquered it. They took it over. You know, they went over there. They dropped a flag in the snow and said to the nearest penguin, "I own you." And however they say that in German, "I own you." That was a poor German accent.
I think it was okay.
Reports of a massive joint Nazi alien base network, quote unquote, called the New Berlin, another quote unquote, facility beneath the mountains of Neuschwabenland, Queen Maudland, Antarctica, constructed by Nazi Ultra forces. No, Ultra is also the name of the Dulce, New Mexico facility, which also maintains strong Bavarian connections, as in World War I, World War II, the Philadelphia Project, and the current...
So, wait, hold on. He's saying that the facility in Dulce, New Mexico is called Ultra?
Ultra is also the name of the Dulce, New Mexico facility, which also maintains strong Bavarian connections. Yeah.
Called Ultra?
I guess maybe like in a top secret sense, like it's like nicknamed that or something.
Okay.
He doesn't really expand on that. World War I, World War II, the Philadelphia Project, and the current intelligence war between the anti-gray COM-12/Cabal forces of Navy intelligence and the pro-gray MAJ/Aquarius forces backed by Nazi
The
NSA intelligence. Pro-gray. So maybe gray aliens. The anti-gray COM-12 Cabal forces of Navy intelligence and the pro-gray MAJ/Aquarius. Oh, majestic. That's probably what MAJ means. Majestic.
Yeah.
Magi.
Is it Magi?
Yeah, MAJI. Aquarius forces backed by Nazi intelligence.
Whoa. Are they saying they're magicians?
Navy
Magic users?
Magic users.
Why are you laughing?
The Nazis actually were really into the occult. I have a book up there, Nazis in the Occult.
Absolutely.
It's again battled Nazi elite Navy intelligence during Operation High Jump in the 50s under the command of Admiral Byrd and 4,000 elite Navy troops under the cover of a scientific expedition with a massive military armada which made an all-out assault on the Nazi Antarctica battalions. The conflict ended in a stalemate with losses on both sides. The New Berlin base, like the Dulce, Mexico facility and the Pine Gap, Australia facility, is tied in with an alliance of regressive alien forces. The Dracos of Alpha Draconis, Greys of Rigel Orion, and Aryan Ashtar forces of Sirius B, based within the massive Kamagal II facility under Giza, Egypt, who are in turn allied with more of their kind within 3 asteroid ships, in quote, which came into the hiding in Comet Hale-Bopp's tail and, quote, jumped ship as the comet rounded the sun, taking up orbits around Mercury. Also, joint Bavarian alien Alt-3 facilities on Luna and Mars, and also a vast draconian New World Order, which they intend to annex to the Central Draco Empire on Typhon Alpha Draconis.
That's a different planet.
Yep, in that
Alpha Draconis.
Fourth Reich, quote, Antarcticans have been told that they will be given 25% of the planet for their part in selling us out.
Whoa.
The New World Order could only be implemented via human-alien collaboration. I believe that's true. The Fourth Reich...
You believe all this is true?
I believe that one line is true.
That one. Read it again.
The New World Order could only be implemented via human-alien collaboration. I'm not saying there is a New World Order, just for, just for purposes. But if there is a new world order, I think it would have something to do with aliens or even alien technology. Just, throwing that out there. The Fourth Reich of Bavaria acquiring the alien Montauk mind control technology, and the Alien Alliance acquiring Fifth Column access to our 3D society that the Fourth Reich can and have offered to the aliens. Source: The Omega File by Vladimir Trzynski, Alex Collier, Harley Bird. Interesting.
Interesting stuff.
So, what do we have to say about Nazis in Antarctica?
I think that we're maybe they. All right, so
They definitely
there are bases,
went to
yeah,
Antarctica.
there are bases there. I just mean
Yeah.
that like inside Hollow Earth, and inside of like a secret base in Antarctica. I don't think there's Nazis right now.
So what this whole thing was talking about is another thing that was in that Parasite documentary. Again, highly recommend it. But
I also want to say that
Yep.
I did not understand most of that.
All right, so let me try to break down what I get out of that and what I got out of what I watched yesterday.
Because you just said like, what did we get out of that? There's Nazis in Antarctica. I was like, most of that was in space.
No.
You're just talking about space.
No, a lot of that. No, it was talking about
Alfred Draconis.
Yes, but it was talking about like the origin to a lot of the beliefs and the things that were behind a lot of that. What I think that they were talking about, like here, high jump in the 50s under the command of Admiral Byrd and 4,000 elite Navy troops. So back in the 50s, I guess, Operation High Jump. This is post World War II, obviously, 1950s, obviously. Or is it? Anyways, or is World War II still happening? Who knows? Anyways, Operation High Jump was happening in the 50s, and the basic idea of high jump is they went into Antarctica to basically see what happened with the Nazis during World War II. They wanted to see what happened in general, like if they found any land, or they also allegedly had word that the Nazis found an underground oasis when they were translating manuscripts and intelligence that was coming back to the United States.
All right. I think if they found the oasis, the Shangri-La, we would have also found it. I think if this information came back to us, we would crush. We'd seek it out and crush it out. We would crush the embers wherever they have flown.
Well, it's funny you say the word crush, because what happened next was kind of along those lines, but not really. I don't know if they probably pillaged the minerals from Antarctica in a way, or at least a lot of it. Not a lot of it, because it's so vast. It's like it's insane. It's insanely vast.
If Nazis were working with a certain branch of an alien organization,
yeah,
extraterrestrial organization, otherworldly, interdimensional, of it.
I think they found stuff. I don't know if maybe they were working.
If they were because I'm thinking that like what. I think part of one of these stories is that like it's the Nazis had this secret advanced civilization, and it's like they had this was it just the occult that they were using, or was it like alien contact and connection? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, if we're working with aliens in our own government,
supposedly, I mean, you could probably tell me this better than I can.
What?
I mean, I looked into like because I heard that Area 51R bell call, and I thought that was fascinating, and I started reading about like interdimensional beings and related to Area 51 and John Lear and all these different like conspiracy guys that were like unsung heroes. Now hear me out. I feel like the entire thing, like, the universe is pretty vast, and yeah, we could traverse it very, very quickly, but why would we if there are parallel, say, realities, maybe there's just different beings from other realities just popping in and out, just trying to explore our realm, so to speak. You know? I don't know, but
all I meant to say is that
Sorry.
if there is some like advanced entities,
yeah,
if there are advanced entities working with Nazis,
yeah,
and if those are identifiable, like we know, like, oh yeah, they were working with this branch, then
did they study
we know
like Crowley type like stuff, or like what was the kind of like occult that the Nazis studied? Should I grab that book real quick?
They were after like
Because I know they talked. They
like
used
ancient religious artifacts.
Didn't they get the Spear of Destiny? Didn't they? They raided Austria and grabbed the
I don't
Spear
know
of
if they
Destiny.
did ever get any of these things, but
I think they did. I think Hitler got the Spear of Destiny.
that's terrifying.
I'm gonna look that up real quick. Did Hitler acquire the Spear of Destiny? That's you know what the Spear of Destiny is, right?
It's the spear that pierced Jesus' side.
Exact. Yes, Adolf Hitler took the Spear of Destiny, also known as the Holy Lance, and moved it from Vienna to Nuremberg during World War
It did a
II.
pretty bad thing. Why is it holy?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe the
They
holiness
just
trickled
worship
into it.
everything around it. They're like, this is the whip that
This is the
slashed
cross.
Jesus' back.
Look, there's Jesus's dried blood. It's turned to dust now, but look, it's still slightly brown.
Mm-hmm. This is where the followers, the this is where Jesus' followers had their heads cut off.
Jeez, did that happen? Did they get their heads cut off? That's
Why not?
nuts.
Why wouldn't they? They did that to Jesus.
I thought that they all just like disbanded at the end, like a group, like a music
All right,
group.
Jesus is gone. You guys skedaddle.
It's like John Lennon.
Don't worry.
Like, all the Beatles skedaddled. I guess no, they skedaddled first, but still, they lost their John Lennon first. Because of Paul McCartney of the group, Judas.
We're gonna go into the apostles
Yeah, we're gonna start talking. I don't have enough information about the apostles to
Right
start.
now.
Yeah, right now.
now.
We'd have to bring up the apostles and start going at it. Yeah. So Hitler held the Spear of Destiny. Kind of wild if you think about it. Think about how wild Hitler was, and think about him holding the Spear of Destiny, being like just invading Austria and being like
Hitler was so wild.
I have that. Yeah. He was
like
a wild guy.
He was like a really bad Ryan Reynolds.
I would not describe him as a bad Ryan Reynolds. That's a disservice to Ryan Reynolds, I
He's
think.
like, no, it's like
He's a bad Ryan Reynolds.
he's like an evil Ryan Reynolds.
He's like
come on.
Maybe the charm is lost on me, but I don't think he's like an evil Ryan Reynolds, because he's not like charming in a charismatic way.
Yeah, he's not like Ryan Reynolds.
He's pissed off.
Except for
is that they were like infatuated by how rage filled he was. Ryan Reynolds isn't rage filled.
No, he's a really cool guy.
I would say an evil Ryan Reynolds would be like a really charismatic, cool guy that's just really douchey and shitty.
No, because then that's just so close to the actual Ryan Reynolds. We're talking about the evil version of him would be like his evil twin,
It's
or
just
like
so close
not
to
a
the
twin
real
though, because
Ryan
they don't look
Reynolds.
similar.
Like Nice Pool, the evil Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
We're relating Hitler to being the evil Ryan Reynolds. That's an interesting topic.
I just picked him.
I just picked him. Yeah, you could have picked anybody else. He's not even. He's a rough dude. Hitler.
Was
he looks like?
Oh, you mean like rough as in bad to look at?
Yeah, hearing him, he was passionate. You can say that about him, but like I wouldn't rather not look at the guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Now we're just talking shit about Hitler. Yeah, the ugly fuck.
Yeah. A face for podcasting.
Hitler?
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess he would. Well, no. We don't want Hitler podcasting.
Unless it's from prison.
Bitch. Anyways, next on the list is Arabia, Badri. Caverns beneath the temple of Sheikh Adi on... by the way, I'm probably butchering a lot of these names, and I do apologize to anybody that knows the correct pronunciation
Butcher
of
those names.
all of these
Cut 'em up.
names. I'm probably
Put them back
destroying
together however
them.
you want.
I'm probably chopping them up. I'm probably screwing them. I'm probably making
Scramble
a
'em.
mixtape out of them.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit is right. Arabia, Badri. Caverns beneath the temple of Sheikh Adi on Mount Lalesh, and within walking distance of Badri, used by Yazidi devil worshippers for occult rituals. Also hints of a sacrificial altar within one of the immense caverns through which flow a subterranean river.
Wait, what kind of demons?
Adventures in
What kind of devil
Arabia
worship?
by W.B. Seabrook, Chapter 4.
Can we pause?
I don't know. This one doesn't sound that interesting.
You just said devil worshippers.
Yeah, but there's a lot of devil worshippers in the world.
Yeah, but
There were
like
devil
Middle
worshippers in the
Eastern
world over
Middle
there.
Eastern devil worshippers are probably like talking about specific demons, and like they're probably like, yeah, we worship this demon.
Like Moloch.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Was that Middle Eastern? Was that a Middle Eastern religion?
I think it was the Canaanites.
Go, just look at what you just read again and read it back to me,
that has been
please.
fought. Oh no, this is a different one. Caverns beneath the temple of Mount Lalesh, and also altar within one immense caverns through which flow a subterranean river. Yeah, I mean, the gist of it is.
Yezidi. What's Yezidi?
So this is all the stuff that we should probably be like looking up. Let's see, Yezidi. I would imagine it's a place or a people, right? I kind of forgot like the whole context to all this. Let's see, Yezidi.
It's the next part
The
of
Yazidis,
the Project
a
Red book,
Kurdish-speaking and endogenous religious group. All right, let's not start talking shit about all these religious groups and the
Hold on,
Kurd
I think
region. Kurdistan's been through enough.
Kurdistan.
Yes, Kurdistan's been through enough, right? I mean, the Iraq War.
Was in Kurdistan.
No, but remember the Kurds got like gassed.
They're the Kurds.
Kurdish people. Iranic to the mountainous region of Kurdistan in West Asia, which spans southeastern Turkey, northwestern Iran, northern Iraq. So this is the guy that Saddam Hussein didn't he get some and then
Jesus Christ.
Well, he was like trying to or something, or that's what the government said. Maybe I don't know. I lived through this era, but I was pretty young and didn't want to pay too much attention afterwards to the conspiracy theories because never forget was always a wild one.
Never forget.
Never forget.
Anything they say about us, never forget.
Never
what
forget.
happened.
Never forget what happened to us. Let's skip to the next one. That was about some devil worshippers in the Kurdistan
Pretty scary.
Yeah, you got devil worshippers everywhere. Who cares?
But
There's probably devil worshippers like
something tells
out
me
in the city.
if they're underground and deep in tunnels,
They got a
reaching
sacrificial
into the
layer.
hollow earth,
They got a sacrificial.
tapping in.
Yeah, but they're tapping into the isn't that what you do when you're sacrificing? You want to tap into the energy.
I don't know. I've never sacrificed something.
I've never sacrificed anything either, but I would imagine that's what they're doing it for. Otherwise, what's the point?
I don't know. I think they could try
They're trying to conjure.
something.
Yeah, but that's using the energy of whatever.
Yeah.
Their religion, their thing, whatever they
thing.
got going
Yeah.
on. Their
The
space
source.
god, their space wizard,
Space words.
their space wizard,
Spirit in the sky.
a spirit in the sky, their spaghetti monster. That's one, right? They're Thor, god of thunder, or Loki. I would imagine one guy worshipped Thor and one guy probably worshipped Loki. Anyways,
I wish that was all real. So bad.
I mean, if you think about it, maybe these stories are real in a sense. Like, maybe they're based on, the ancient alien theory. Like, maybe Thor was really, those, Nordic, aliens that they say happened that are, what are they called? Are they called the Nords?
The Nords, yeah.
I don't know. That's
The
Skyrim.
Nordic.
The
The
Nords.
Nordic aliens.
Are you a Nord or are you a Stormcloak?
The Stormcloak
I
aliens.
was a Khajiit. Anyways.
I played High Elf.
I was Dark Elf first.
I played a High
think.
Elf and tried to make him look like a Snow Elf.
Was there a Dark Elf?
Yeah.
I was the Dark Elf first. I was I would go around doing rogue stuff, either archery or thievery, sneak.
Did you use magic? Hope you used some of that magic affinity.
Healing, always. Argentina, South Georgia Island, a reported base that has been fought over by Russian, British, American, and Antarctican forces. Here goes Antarctica again. Presumably by the real reason for the Falkland Island War.
The Fuckland.
The Fuckland.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that would really hit. Fire from the Sky by Anonymous. That was the book or document that is from. I don't really have anything to say because I don't really know too much about the Falkland Islands
Yeah, me neither.
or the war.
This is still Project Red Book, right?
Yeah, this is
All
still
of these things are connected?
No, so what I think this guy was doing, I mean, what I'm gathering from this is this was supposed to be like an encyclopedia of
Nazi stuff?
no, like just an encyclopedia of just like conspiracy stuff to maybe
Okay.
figure it out or like try to understand it better. Like
So
this.
I think there isn't supposed to be any connection to this stuff.
I don't think so, but maybe if we read into some of these things, maybe the Falkland Island War, since it had to do with the Antarcticans, maybe it had something to do with. All right, next on the list, we have the Arizona Black Mountain. Explorers investigating a cavern in the Black Mountains encounter a reptilian humanoid and experience missing time. So, what was that? What do we make of that?
Let me see this myself.
Arizona Black Mountain.
There's not enough information about it, but they see a reptilian humanoid, and they experienced missing time in the Black Mountain of Arizona.
Was it? Do you think like they got abducted from? Hey, let me
That's all
ask
it
you
says.
something. What do you think reptilians are? Let me ask you that. This is kind of a weird question, but I kind of have a small tangent. I just kind of like I don't know. I thought of this recently, like a theory of what
I don't like to think about reptilians.
Me either.
I don't.
Me either. But like the
I don't
idea
enjoy
that
it.
there could be like reptile aliens or whatever, it makes sense in the vast cosmic region. Vast cosmic region. In the vast universe.
The greater cosmic known.
Yes, and unknown. I would say that so my theory is that like so there was a 4chan leak that was talking about beneath the Atlantic Ocean there's this construction facility that a bunch of like UFOs and drones that are like UAPs are just coming out of. And one theory I had, not about that, but I guess you could connect to that with this theory, is that like reptilians could possibly be dinosaurs that went underground and developed, developed sentience, and over the course of millions of years after being wiped out
Longer
on the
than us.
surface, yes, so millions of years they had time to develop. So maybe they developed an entire underwater society because they adapted to that, and maybe they're what we think of as like Atlantis, even like.
Do you think that they allowed us to live and exist?
I think if aliens exist and are flying around,
No, I mean the reptilians
if that theory,
if
I
they are
didn't
dinosaurs,
think that deep
and I
into
also
it.
want to say that
Yeah.
this is the only way I want to think about reptilians existing is that they're evolved dinosaurs.
That's like
That's-
the nicest way to think
Yeah, that's
about
like
it.
pretty cool.
Yeah. And if they were really,
I can empathize with them more, knowing their evolutionary line. Be like, oh, dinosaurs into.
yeah,
but
they're like
But I don't know. Because they also say that it's interdimensional beings, and then with that you can't say.
well, there's the Area 51 caller on Art Bell. Love Art Bell. What do we got? Do you want to still talk about reptilians or?
Listen, I think that if you want to talk about reptilians for another half hour, I would. And I don't even like to think about them.
I don't want to talk about reptilians. I could do another 30 seconds of reptilians, but that's
Wrap up on reptilians. Wrap them up.
no. I don't
Wrap
even
up
have. I don't have
reptilians.
30 seconds of reptilian material.
All right, let me wrap it up.
Yeah, I was actually gonna ask. That's what I wanted to know. Is what's your idea of reptilians? I kind of started with that and then just went off.
I think if reptilians exist, I'm inclined to believe any of the old religions that talk about reptilian beings, or maybe even like
Serpent.
the serpent people or insect people that existed already on Earth, and those are what they are. Like that would make sense to me.
Yeah.
As terrifying as that is.
Yeah, me too. And it would have also terrified our ancestors. And Egyptian gods being, looking like crocodiles and stuff like that would make sense. Or birds. All right. The Arizona Grand Canyon. Caves near the confluence of the Colorado and Little Colorado rivers. Hopi legends say their ancestors once lived underground with a friendly race of ant people. Maybe you know what? Maybe
The friendly race of ant people.
Yeah, but
I was thinking of the ant people. I think too. Like that's really cool.
there's
A
mantis
friendly-
people coming up though.
Oh no.
Yes, the sinister. It even says the sinister mantis
no.
people.
Yeah.
But let me say something real quick, because you know how you're like, what's the link between all these things? I kind of see a link now. Do you see the link?
That there's alien contact underground.
Yeah, no. Well, yeah, but no, but just all these stories have to do with underground things.
Yeah.
Yeah, like even I'm looking at the next one. I'm not gonna say what it is, but it has to do with the underground. So
Like talking about bases underwater and thinking people talk about like, oh, UAPs are actually from the ocean. What if the aliens are from the what if that's just the entrance to their pocket of Hollow Earth? Like they have an entrance that's deep, deep in the ocean where humans never go.
yeah,
And that's why it's the safest place for them to come in and out
Yeah.
of.
yeah, I could see that.
It's all Hollow Earth.
It is.
For me, it's all about the Hollow Earth.
For me, it's all about the Hollow Earth.
That's all that matters.
The first episode is just all Hollow Earth. We're just dealing with the Hollow Earth. Are we ever gonna get to the Hollow Earth though?
Like us as a people,
I guess so.
as humans.
That's kind of what I meant. Like
It sounds like we've already been.
it seems like the rich people are building bunkers to like actually like do that, like do
Yeah.
Hollow Earth kind of shit. Again.
Yeah, but their Hollow Earth is pretty shallow.
that was good.
They got like
Drop the mic on that one.
They're like the acne across the earth.
They're like the act. Yeah. All right. Anyways,
At best, you're a cyst.
this is
I'm
all
gonna
about you're good. Underground city about 42 miles up the river from El Tovar, Crystal Canyon, and Crystal Creek, and about 2,000 feet above the riverbed on the east wall. John Rhodes, after 3 years of field research, reportedly discovered the Grand Canyon City, which is now being used as a museum for elitist groups and has lower levels that are being used by super secret Black Book operatives, which can only be entered via a stainless steel door at the bottom of a stairwell deep within the city that is guarded by a very lonely soldier staring into the darkness, dressed in a white jumpsuit and armed with an M16 assault rifle to ward off his imagination. Source:
To ward off his imagination?
Arizona Gazette, March 12th,
Does he mean to, like-
1909
like-
and April 5th, 1909.
To like rest his
Robert
mind?
Morning Sky, John Rhodes. What is it?
Does he mean like he had the weapon so he could like have peace of mind?
What do they mean by 1909? That M16 assault rifles, 1909.
I mean, maybe
That date's got to be wrong.
yeah.
Excuse me.
Weird.
Yeah. What were you saying though?
Let's move on.
Page, Arizona. Glen Canyon Dam, question mark in brackets. Major underground, quote, link between the Dulce base of New Mexico and the Groom Lake base of Nevada, which have been jointly operated by military industrials, Greys, and Reptilians. An NSA alien facility which some suspect is partially powered by and entered via Lake Powell's Glen Canyon hydroelectric dam source. Thomas E. Castillo. Okay.
I don't think the U.S. government would work with the Reptilians. I don't think they would.
Yeah, I guess not.
I think if anything,
It would be the opposite. They would want to take their like equipment and just say, "Fuck you guys. We're shipping you out of here, killing you."
I think that the Reptilians, they may have like pulled a secret invasion on us, you know?
Secret
Hide.
invasion,
You know,
like a scroll.
plant themselves or something.
Yeah,
I don't know. There's a lot of weird people walking around,
yeah.
but
There's a
I
lot of
just-
mental illness in the world too. We got to think about that.
I feel like if anything, again, it sounds like these green reptilian. I'm just assuming they're green. They could be chameleons.
Yeah,
These reptilians, I don't think they're from outer space if they exist. I don't know if they exist. I'm just
So,
saying.
like
I don't
my
think they're
theory,
from outer
the-
space. I think if we were
Or
going to work with something,
interdimensional beings.
yes, but I just feel like those are some base creatures if they exist. Those are like some reptilian-ass people.
Reptilian-ass people.
Very base things. Very savage things. And I think that we probably work with a more advanced species than that.
Yeah, the Greys would probably be pretty chill.
I don't know about that.
I'd love to chill with a Grey.
So, talking about Aleister Crowley, side note, we were talking about this recently.
We were talking about him earlier in the podcast for a brief moment.
Were we?
I asked you. I'm like, did Aleister Crowley ever, have anything to do with the Nazis? I still don't know. That's something I could probably look up and easily find out.
I swear, I just remember him saying that he thought he caused it or something. He thought he caused one
The
of the World Wars.
Holocaust?
No, one of the World Wars.
Jesus,
Let me look that up.
that's frightening. Who knows? I mean, one guy like that can influence the world in a way. We've got a lot of examples of that right now even. But just throughout just our history. Just weird guys doing weird shit. You find it?
No.
All right, well, while you look for that, I'm going to read off.
Maybe it was that,
Yeah.
like people think he caused World War II. Or one of the World Wars. I remember that. I remember
Look it up.
reading that somewhere.
Sedona, Arizona. I like that. Reports of a joint operational underground city and facility under the Enchantment Resort in Boynton Canyon, where clone-like men in black have been seen, along with unusual electromagnetic vortex phenomena. Source, Commander X. Superstition, MTS, Arizona. Oh, Superstition Mountains. Several people claim to have had experiences with all types of alien beings inhabiting underground levels below the Superstition Mountains east of Phoenix. Early reports speak of humans and human dwarfs inhabiting the caverns of the region, although in the 20th century reports of reptilian and gray-type aliens have increased. Some encounters involve white grays from the Epsilon boots, humanoid or reptiloid Deros in black hooded cloaks, using abducted programmed humans above and below as mind slaves or worse. Reptilian humanoids with integrated human DNA abducting and various other aggressive underground scenarios. Let's see. Interesting. Arkansas, Cushman. Caravans west and northwest of the town are legendary for stories of deep cavern systems. It seems like the South has a lot of caverns and stuff like that. That makes sense.
Again, this is just like the shallow
Yeah.
stuff. This is like this right below the surface.
Yeah.
There is much deeper
Yeah.
holes in the earth.
Antarctica.
Antarctica. Well, I think we should move on to the next one.
Let's see. Multi-level underground facility maintained by the Club of Rome's military-industrial complex located near Alice Springs. This is Australia, Alice Springs. Claims linked to the base include mind-controlled military workers in upper levels, Greys and Dracos connected to Alpha Draco, Rigel, Orion,
Goddamn
and
Alpha Draco.
Sirius B in the lower levels, along with the Nordic-like human captives. Yeah, they keep saying the Nordic, so not Nords, but Nordic.
Nordic, like, human captives?
Yeah, so they're supposed to be like an alien race that's like Nordic, where they look like Nordic people. That's like a thing. Let's see. A potential electronic for the New World Order controlled by Club Roman Bilderberg Group, which is composed of 39 members at the core. Laser hologram devices attached to their belts. Kathy
13
O'Brien.
Maltese Jesuits, 13 Wicca Masons, 13 Black Nobility. A Mr. X claimed that at least 1/3 of this Illuminati are shape-shifting reptiloids?
That's what this is
Reptiloids,
talking about,
as it
Mr.
says.
X.
Not reptilioids, reptiloids. Posing as human via laser hologram devices attached to their belts.